Okay, good morning. Welcome to All Things Leslie. Last time we spoke, I think we just spoke about my 2018 planner. And I did say that for 2019, I now have three planners. Now, I love my planners. I really do. They are very helpful, but I think I could have done everything with maybe two planners. This one here, the first one I'm going to go over is my Miss Maker Happy Planner. Now, I chose the Miss Maker Happy Planner because I wanted to do crafting. I wanted to do, this is some of the stuff in here. But what I wanted to do was to write down everything I used. Like if I did, let me see. Oh, okay, cooking. On December 31st, I actually did a cooking pot that I have never done before. I didn't give it a name. I just know I wanted a, a stew. I wanted some sort of seafood stew. So I made a roux and I put some crab meat in it and I put some shrimps and some mussels. And I also bought a bag that had crab claws in it, and it had shrimp, but it was already in the shell. I mean, it was clean, but they didn't take the shell off because you're supposed to put it in a steamer pot, but I wanted it in a roux pot. So I wrote that recipe down on here, and well, actually, I wrote the stuff I used because I do have a recipe book also. And I wrote down the cost of each item and how many nights we ate it for, which was two. So the whole pot cost me, not including the rice, but the whole pot cost me like $55, and it was five people eating. And over the course of 2 nights, I really thought that wasn't expensive at all. So that's one of the things I do in my Miss Maker. I also wrote in my Miss Maker on the 3rd. I made some bows. I don't know if I have the bow in here or not. Oh, yeah, here it is. I made some bows. So I wrote in my Miss Maker. I already had the red paper. I made 5 of these. This was my very first time. I thought they came out really well. And I wrote that I used washi tape. I use washi tape. It's just red paper and some washi tape. I cut the paper. I think this is 1-inch strips. And I also have a 1, 2, 3 punch board that my son gave me for Christmas. So I was really excited about that. Then I made some stickers. I have a little machine. I can make stickers. I can take, I can actually make this a sticker. It's a little mini Xron. I'm not certain how to say it, but it's XYRON. That'll be another video, of course, but I could put this and make a sticker. And it was something I experimented with because I forgot I even had it. So that was another thing. And then my son and daughter-in-law went to Vegas, so I didn't do any crafting at all that week, so I did write that in there. But after I thought about it, after the week was over and I thought about it, I said what I could have did. I wrote what I could have did, and I could have did some crocheting. So, well, I missed out on that opportunity because I do crochet, and I'm supposed to be making us a throw, just JCR and I are making us a throw to throw over our legs while we watch TV. Then I wrote the introduction when I finally did my first video, which was January 16th. Beat me because what is it, another 15 days later, I'm just getting to it again. So I didn't have much that I did this week other than do that video and other planning probably in another book that I'm going to show you. But the speech that I used for my first video, I did write it out before I did it. And I think that made it a little more difficult trying to read what was on there exactly. So this week I'm doing it with no written or rehearsed lines, but I did write out the speech that I used that day. And I made a thank you card for another girlfriend, and I should have made two of them so I could have had one for myself. But I went to a game night, and I appreciated her inviting me, so I did put the fact that I made that card for her. And let me see here. On the 22nd, I made some cards and envelopes. That'll be another video, but I made some cards and envelopes. I wrote down the cards and the envelopes. I made 17. Actually, I made 17 envelopes. And I wrote down the measurements of the paper that I used because I had to cut the paper down. So I wrote down the measurements for the paper, and where I had to score it at on the 1, 2, 3 punch board. That'll be another video. But that was, I think that's very useful because if I want to go back and do this card again, I'm not going to remember this measurements, because you use several different size envelopes for several different size cards, so you're not going to remember them all. So I did write that down in here. 2 days later, I went back to work on the cards. I said how big, because I wanted cards to fit these envelopes. So I wrote down the measurements of the paper that I had to cut for these envelopes. And let's see, and also, let me see here. No, I didn't use, all I used on there was a cutter. And I'll do cutters later also. And that's basically it for this book. Because this is, again, the new year. And I am liking this book. I really do. And it was like when I saw the cover of the book and I saw the different pages in the book and whatever else, I just had to have this book. But I don't find myself using it that much or trying to find something to use it for or whatever. Like, well, I do have to log what I did last night because I experimented with some stamps. I do that too. So that's it for this book, Miss Maker. That was one of them, and I do like her. I really like her. I think that I just gotta be more conscious on what I'm doing and actually write it in here, because I do stuff. I try to do stuff every day, and if I'm not actually physically doing stuff, then I'm on YouTube learning from other people, and piecing together different things that I, taking a piece from this person, taking a piece from this person, taking a piece from this person, and putting it together and making it my person. So, let me put my ribbon back in here because I don't want to lose her. And now to my daily planner. Now, my daily planner is very, very simple. That's what I liked about it. This is Free Spirit, and I think this just describes me, the starry nights, and I love this planner. Just like Miss Maker, I like the planners that I bought. I really seriously thought about what I was going to do with them. Did they speak my personality? Yeah, that's important, because if you're going to write in this book all year long and you're going to add stuff to it, you need to like it. You really, and this one I really like. So here, this was a gift. These pockets were a gift, and I think this pocket, I probably put it in the wrong book because I think this coordinated better with my faith planner. But I don't know if I'm going to try to move it. Although I have some double-sided tape, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. And I bought this little thing here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, maybe you can. It makes lines on a page when it's just, because some of them have large boxes. You might not want to use, you might want to write a book in it. Okay, and I added, this is a little pocket page, what I added, and the only picture I have, because I can add several pictures in here. What does this hold? Actually, this holds 2 little ones. Oh, no, it doesn't. I just stuck this little one in there. This is actually for one picture right here. I think you can see the cutoff right here. And this is actually for another one here. I don't know. I'm looking at this now here. I might need to use this for my stamp storage. But My heart goes with me every day. So here, all right, my first page, I'm not going to dig into too much because my first page, just like my previous planner, the monthly view is where I write down all my bills, who I owe, what I owe for that month. Sometimes I don't pay exactly but I know what I owe. So this is the amount I cannot go under. So if I want to, I can go over, but I can't go under. So I write here the name of who I owe, the amount I owe for that month, and in here is the date. So let's see, let's try Walmart. I'll just throw one out there, Walmart. Walmart, let's see here. My minimum payment was $58, but I ignore that. I try to give them the $100 so I can get rid of them. But they're due on the 8th. So that's what I write on this page here. Let me see. First week of the year. I was surprised I had this much stuff to write besides writing in Miss Maker. I'm like, what is this here? So here I do use stamps and I use washi, but mostly this year it look like I'm using stamps. Last year I used a lot of washi, but that'll be another video with the washi and the stamps. I didn't invest too much in either one this for 2019, but then again, this is still the beginning. But here I decorated the first week of the year. I'm sorry, it wasn't even the first week. It was the last day of last year because that's how the calendar goes from Monday to Sunday. So I decorated and then I wrote in things I did. I took a ride with my girlfriend to Baltimore, Maryland to pick up her daughter. Or rather, to drop her off so she could go back to work. And then I did, on Tuesday, I did some Bible journaling, which I'll show you. But there was no Bible class. You know, we were still in the holiday spirits. I took a trip to the mall with my son. These are simple things I did during the day. I'm retired, so I write down the simple things that I did because it's always not a major day. I'm in the house and I'm not cleaning every day. I'm not doing that. You know, I didn't retire to do that. I'm not babysitting every day either. Well, I don't really call it babysitting. I call it hanging out. But we don't hang out every day. He'll pop by my room and, you know, he'll touch all my stuff, my supplies. I have a small room, so I come out here in the living room and I try to find me a space. And that's what I have right now, space. I should be moved back in my room in April. And then beware, because I'm going to have a crafters ball. But anyway, me and my grandson, we watched Peanuts cartoons that night. Charlie Brown, Peanuts cartoon. And that was it for that day. I mean, of course, there was other stuff squeezed in, but I don't think I cooked. We probably ordered some Chinese food. I tried to Bible, if you could see, I don't know if you could see the writing, but I try to Bible journal every day. And I write down in this journal that I Bible journal. Actually, the next journal that I show you is going to be my Bible journal. But I just write in here what I did. I watched, Magicians. I binge watched Magicians from the beginning to the end. Very good. I really, really like that. And making memories, hanging out with my family, having a good time. The church had a youth bake sale. I wrote that down. I didn't write down how much cake I bought because I really beasted that day. But everything was delicious. It was Holy Communion Sunday on the 6th. Let me see. I tithed a little. I gave away a planner. Needed boxes for my tree. Take down all those decorations. Yeah, I like to put it up, but it's a job taking it down. And if you can see these green tubs over here, let me see here. I don't know how this camera works here, but yeah, these green tubs here. You can see these green tubs here. These are just two of the ones that need to go downstairs. So if my sons are watching these videos, they'll know that their mom needs these two tubs to go downstairs. Yeah, I went out and bought, I got a grandbaby. He's 2 years old. I went out and bought new Christmas decorations. And next year I'll probably buy some more. So if you're looking at this video, well, I doubt it because next year I'll have my own room back. So you won't see all the tubs, but there'll be more tubs. I have a 2-year-old grandson, and actually we're expecting a new baby in July. I pray that everything goes successful with that. She had a little complications with the first one, but we all prayed on that, and he is just a handful. He was a preemie, but you cannot, this day, you cannot tell. I thank you, Jesus. You cannot tell that he was. He's just full of life, joy, everything. Everything you could want from a baby. He's it. So, on this day here, this week rather, I use a little more. I actually write in my planner. And if I don't write in there, then, I try to fill it in with something else. But I don't know if you can see it. But here, Monday was kind of full. I went to brunch. And then I went to the bank. I went to the post office. I went to the grocery store. Then I came back and watched some YouTube videos for some ideas. And then I cleared out the junk out the refrigerator. I washed some dishes. I cooked some dinner. I did some personal Bible study. I took a nap. And I watched the HSN craft show. Yes, so I don't know if I need to end this and start a new one, because it said something. As you can still see, I'm still new to this here, and my days are full here. Some days my days are actually full. Some days you're gonna look at it and say, well, what did she do? Well, I binged watched TV. I did something. I call that doing something. What do you mean? What did I do? Like here, I did stuff. And I wrote down stuff. But look at my artwork is very simple on these days. I just wrote, and that's what I like to do. I like to write. And last year I might have did more decorating, but this year I noticed I'm doing more writing, more writing, decorating, writing, and I'm still using my stickers from last year. I didn't go out and buy anything new. The same ones. And so if you don't see me actually doing something here, then I'm writing. Now here I wrote Monday the 28th. Today the house is empty. Woo-hoo! A good time just to catch up on things. Finish cards. I got a shirt. Yes, I do that too. I have a Cricut maker. So this year is a lot of experiments. Last year was a lot of buying. This year is a lot of doing. So that's it for my free spirit. I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to come back with my faith planner, because my faith planner really gets busy. And I know a lot of people bought the faith planner and they're not exactly sure how to work it. I work it the way I want to work it. So you'll see just how I want to work it. I just make sure I get my stuff in it. Okay? So I'll be right back.